Ayan, we're live now to our part two of our review in media and information literacy, as well as 21st century literature. So we're gonna wait. I'm going to send the link to my students in order for them to be in, charot, to be in our. So I will send the link to them, guys. So let's see who will be the first one. So I'm going to use my other phones. Other phones. Wait, guys, ha. So let's wait for a minute. Kaping mainit. Charot. So let's see who will be. Danielle and present. Thank you so much, Danielle. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, Danielle. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. I'll just check my ano. Atasha is here too. So this will be the part two of our um, review for media and information literacy. Yusuf, Ibrahim, Miguel, okay, Eliza, Eileen. To those who are in group one, as I mentioned, tomorrow again you will be in asynchronous. You need to review your lesson. So today, tonight, should I say, we will review both your first, your second quiz in media and information. So as the first quiz in our 21st century literature. Ayan. So wait, I'm just going to. And kasi I'm negotiating with those who don't have their uniforms. I have already the set, one set. Okay. I don't know who will fit that what do you call this uniform, because I told to them that they can do auction, and others, this is just it's a commercial to those who don't have their uniforms. A meal with sir, wala po ba XL? So may nagbebenta, there's somebody else who's selling, I think that's XL or large. Okay. As I told, it's 20 kd, but there are extras, so they added, I think, plus 5 or plus 10 kd. I think that's not bad. Okay, because you have extra polo and pants, two sets. So it makes it for three sets of uniform, polo and pants. For the ladies, I'm still looking into. Leah already told to me if who fits the size of Leah Ginto. She told to me that she can she can let her uniform be auctioned. Okay, so I don't know whose size that fits to Leah Ginto, because if you're going to have it the new one, it's expensive. Okay, I don't know. Ronnie knew about it. Ronnie about I think we talked about uniform with Ronnie, but Ronnie told that it's a little bit expensive. Just merely the pants, I think it's 20 kd, I think. So grab the opportunity. Anyway, their uniforms, guys, are not are not really tattered. It's well taken. So well takered. Okay, so pick those students who are really very careful in terms of using their uniforms, right? So, Danielle, ayaw nga si Danielle, wala pang uniform. Danielle, who else? Who else among you don't have their uniforms yet? By the way, don't forget to give a thumbs up, guys. And to those, isn't it that you have your, uh, you don't have, you have your extra YouTube channel with you. Maybe you can just subscribe here so that I can finish with the with the 1,000 subscribers so that I will be monetized na rin. Charot. Okay, please help me in monetizing this. Kasi I'm just only waiting for maybe it's less than 300, 200 plus so that this will be monetized. So this is my personal channel. By the way, let's go on now. Please type ready. Ayan. Please type ready if you are now kasi wala pa Excel. Sige, sige, Daniel. Sige, Daniel. Just type ready, guys, if you are now ready, and we will start the first question. Okay, Hitam said present. Carl said ready. Ready. Julas D. Ibrahim. Handa na po. Okay, first question. Anyway, we're 21 inside the Kiara said ready. So this is number one, fill in the blanks. Take note, guys, that the one that if you will answering the questions, it will be in random order. Okay, so most likely the number one question that I'm asking you will be in number 10 or number 15, like that. So question number one. What do we call the system of beliefs based on set of positions, ideas, and perspectives? What do we call the system of beliefs based on set of positions, ideas, and perspectives? I think this is a very easy question. Who is the one who discussed it? Wait, I'll check my copy. Where are you? Saan na yan? What's the answer? Gabriel said, yeah, Sanchez said it's ideology. Okay, so meaning therefore that the system of beliefs based on a set of positions, ideas, and perspective is called ideology. Very good. How about the hierarchy? I think this is the topic of Sachi. A hierarchy of what's social important to oneself and community. What do we call a hierarchy of what is socially important to oneself and to the community? Kiara told, okay, Saad is with us. So values. So values, therefore, is the hierarchy of what is socially important to oneself and to the community. Very good. That's values. I think this is the report of Sachi. Am I right, Sachi? Don't forget to give thumbs up, guys. We are 24 inside the what do you call this? Yeah, in the live. Yes po. Ayun. Sana walang magse-set na. Okay, how about this one? This still part of the report of Sachi. What do we call? What do we call? Or this refers to the prevailing state of affairs in society, the social institutions, and the relationships that are favored to a small segment of society that holds economic and political power. Okay, thank you so much, Lilian. Okay, so what do we call, or this is referring to the prevailing state of affairs in society, the social institutions, and the relationship that are favored to a small segment of society that holds economic and political power. What do we call that? Prevailing state of affairs in the society. It's status quo. Okay, very good. It's status quo. Sabi ni Kiara, status quo. Yeah, it's status quo refers to the prevailing state of affairs in society The social institutions. Yeah, I think Leila was the one who reported this one. Status quo. Okay, refer to the prevailing state of affairs in society, the social institutions, and the relationships that are favored to a small segment of society that holds economic and political power. Next question. It is the interests, opinions, behaviors, and behavioral orientation. uh, Wait, may nag-message. Okay, so what do we call what do we call now? This is the blank is the interests, opinions, behaviors, and behavioral orientations of an individual, group, or culture. It's still the within the topic of Sachi, I think. What do we call the interests, opinions, behaviors, and behavioral orientations of an individual, group, or culture? Diba? Just like of the poor, they cannot be go beyond their status quo, right? So as the of course with the people who are in the high social strata, or we called it as the oligarch, most likely they have this very good, what do we call this, behavioral orientations or culture. Lifestyle. Okay, very good. It's lifestyle. So take note, I will give a recap. A system of beliefs based on a set of positions, ideas, and perspective is called ideology. A hierarchy of what's socially important to oneself and community is called values. How about this one? What do we call the disposition towards social reality? What do we call the disposition toward social reality? What do we call the disposition toward social reality? Attitude. Very good. So, meaning therefore that attitude is a disposition towards social reality. So, refers to the prevailing state of affairs in the society, the social institution, and the relationship that are favored to a small segment of society that holds economic and political power is called status quo. And of course, lifestyle is the interests, opinions, behaviors, and behavioral orientations of an individual, group, or culture. So please remind the five important things. Okay. How about this one? True or false? True or false? The process of inclusion and exclusion is best illustrated by the way we frame an event or scene before we click the shutter of our cameras. So this is, I think, within the notion of constructed audience. The notion of, I think this is within the notion of audience pala. The process of inclusion and exclusion is best illustrated by the way we frame an event or a scene before we click the shutter of our cameras. Sorry, I think this is the topic of Dries, making sense of making frames of a story. True. Are you sure it's true? True daw, sabi ni Daniel. Uh, are you sure the process of inclusion and exclusion is best illustrated by the way we frame an event or scene before we click the shutter of our cameras? Kiara said it's true. Okay. So if your answer will be true, then of course you need just to click the button true. But if it's false, then click the button of false. Charot. Okay, true or false? True or false? In media production, frames are tools utilized by media creators and producers to tell their stories. Thus, using frames gets more complicated for more complex media messages and formats. Sabi agad ni Sachi, it's true because that's my report. In media production, frames are tools utilized by media creators and producers to tell their stories. Then using frames get more complicated for more complex media messages and formats. True. Okay. You said it's true. So maybe some are objecting about it. Next. Okay, how about this one? In media production, frames are not essential tools to utilize by media creators and producers to tell story. Okay. I think this is a little bit confusing now because a while back you said true. How about now this one? In media production, frames are not essential tools to utilize by media creators and producers to tell a story. It falls. Or what made it false? What made it false? What made it false? Media production frames, media production frames are not essential tools to utilize by media creators and producers to tell story. What made it false? So if you don't like the answer, just reserve it. They are tools utilized by media creators. Blah 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 blah. Okay. The questions are a little bit confusing, so make sure that you need to read it well. Okay. It's stated here in other forms, true or false. In other forms of media, like the feature story or investigative report, the frame is less powerful organizing tool for telling stories. True or false? In other form of media, like the feature story or the investigative report, the frame is a less powerful organizing tool for telling story. Chuchu bells. False daw. Why do you say so false, Sachi? Jerry said it's false. Why it's false? What made it false? Less, because of the word less. So meaning therefore that the frame is powerful or organizing tool, okay? Because of the word less, it won't be less, but it's powerful. Okay. So make sure I just made some reconstructed the statements. It may be the answer in your quiz will be true, okay? Because I removed the word less, okay? Or maybe now it's I just added the word less. That's why it made it false. So be careful in reading. You might gonna read just the first two words, then you just answered, this is the one. It's false already. You need to read the whole statement before answering. Okay. How about this one? Mainstream media and how it supports and perpetuates the status quo have been caused by many reservation and resentments about the institution's role in society. Mainstream media and how it supports and perpetuates the status quo have been caused by many reservations and resentments about institutions' role in society. True or false? Mainstream media, meaning therefore these are the constructed medias, okay, wherein they are in a big corporation or company. Kiara said true. Report po ulit, sir. Repeat po ulit pala, sabi. Okay, mainstream media and how it supports and perpetuates the status quo have been caused by many reservation and resentments about institutions' role in the society. Sir, that was for last question. Okay, okay, okay. Sige, sige. Yeah, this is the last question now. Ayan, may nag-message guys na naman magbebenta ng kanyang damit. Okay? Ayan, guys. Ang swerte naman ng makakakuha ng mga damit na to. It's because Rain Flores, ayan, ask ko po muna, ayan. Message, sabi niya, bebenta daw niya. Ang linis itong bata na to, guys. Oo, ito yung gwapo na, ano, na former, ano, Mr. and, from the Mr. and Miss Spice. Charot, kasama na. Okay, never mind daw, sabi ni, ano, ni Ibrahim. So hindi na kayo lugi guys dito. You're not at loss if you will buy their old sets of uniforms. Okay, next question. True or false? True or false? Values are optional yet serve as guide for desirable behavior. True or false? Values are optional yet serve as a guide for desirable behavior. Okay, values are optional yet serve as guide for desirable behavior. True or false? Trolls daw. Nako, nako. Trolls daw, trolls. Sabi ni Daniel, trolls. Char. May pa-char-char siya. Constantino, oh, may pa-char-char si ano, pa-char-char daw. Char, gumaganon siya. Si Daniel, may pa-char-char si Daniel, oh. Regina. What's the answer? True or false? Faster so that we can proceed to the next question now. Values are optional. True na lang. Okay. So why, of course, if it's true, there's no question anymore. So values are optional, yet serve as a guide for desirable behavior. Parang there's two opposing statement. Optional pero desirable behavior. Wait. So is values now are optional or it is necessary for everyone to acquire? What do you think so? What do you think? What do you think so? What do you think? What do you think? Are values optional or it is necessary? Wala nang sumasagot sa akin. Si Daniel na lang nandito. False po. Why it made it false ano Regina because of the word optional? False. Sabi ni Angeline. Angeline and Regina. Oy, ala, false daw. Wala patay ka ano. Opo, just because of the word optional. Okay? Eh di false. Wow. Sunod-sunuran si Kuya. Uy. And how about this one? How about this one? True or false? Values are principles that we use to judge the worth of an idea or a practice. It also underpins the criteria by which we judge what is good or bad, what's right or wrong, and what is accepted or not, true or false. Values are principles that we use to judge the worth of an idea or a practice. It also underpins true. Sabi niyo true daw. True. Sabi lang nga, true. O di true daw, underpins the criteria by which. Wow, tama siya, tama. Okay. What are the two types of values? What are the two types of values? I think this was the discussion made by Isabella Dries, Isabella Sachi Dries. What are the two types of personal and spiritual values? Okay. Personal and spiritual values. You need to remember that. Personal and spiritual values. These are the two types of. Okay, next question. This is fill in the blanks. So meaning therefore identification. uh, what do we call those? These are the guide or how do I term this? This is one of the. There are two types of the. Sorry, there are two types of values, right? Personal and spiritual. Um, what do we call now? Therefore, if we're looking on the guide or drive for our individual behavior. These are the guide or drive for our individual behavior. Personal values, okay. Personal because of the word individual behavior, okay, are those that guide or drive of our so meaning therefore that personal values are those that guide or drive our individual behavior. So from the word individual behavior. Definitely, the other one will be directs our action, direct our actions and decisions with regard to a higher power. Okay, direct our actions and decisions with regard to the higher power is from the word higher power, meaning therefore that it's more than our capabilities. Okay, so that's spiritual values. Okay, with what do you call this? More than the decisions that we need to do, earthly decisions that we need to do. Okay, next question. Okay. Ito na in general form. Blank are coherent and harmoniously aligned set of values from where you derive your sense of identity and integrity. What do we call now the coherent and harmoniously aligned set of values from where you derive your sense of identity and integrity? Value system. Very good. It's value system. So value systems are coherent and harmoniously aligned set of values from where you derive your sense of identity and integrity. Value system. Very good. So Gabriel, Isabella, Masachi, of course, Danielle answered it right. At puro delay kay Danielle. Delay ang sagot niya lagi. But what are the two elements in determining lifestyles? What are the two elements in determining lifestyles? Mag-refresh ka, Daniel, refresh. What are the elements in determining, or the two elements in determining lifestyles? What are the two elements in determining lifestyles? What are the two elements in determining lifestyles? Tangible and intangible. So very good. Tangible and intangible. O, wrong spelling, Daniel. Kukulang ng E. Parang kinaka-copy-paste mo lang, Daniel eh. Tingnan mo, oh, paras kayo ng sagot ni Jari. Wrong spelling. Kinorek niya, no? Ni Jari, sabi na, E. E. Kulang ng E. How about this one? It pertains to social class, largely determined by income and other material possessions, as well as space inhabited. Okay? This is still within what you call the elements. Okay? It pertains to the social class, largely determined by income and other material tangible. Yeah, from the word, therefore, material possessions, these are tangible. These are the tangible elements. Okay, so tangible elements pertain to social class, largely determined by income and other material possessions, as well as space inhabited. Okay. Are there other students here from the group? No, um, Rizal B. Leila is there. Leila is there. Yeah, Leila is there. Who else from the B Rizal B were here aside from Leila? Parang wala akong puro. I have seen here more on. I saw Aaron also. Aaron Garcia. Aziza is here. Yeah, here's her. Okay, Aziza is there. Very good. So there are three. Anyway, there are three. So I hope the others will watch this later because I will. I forgot to put it in ano, private. Christine is there also. Okay. Sige, they are only listening and laughing to the wrong answers. Ganun charot. Okay. How about this one? It pertains to the values and attitudes a person or group is predisposed to. What do we call now? To the elements. Okay. Pertain to the values and attitudes a person or a group is predisposed to. Pertains to the values and attitudes a person or a group is predisposed to. I think the answer is already given. The answer, yeah, intangible. Wow, nakasagot si Daniel. Nag-guess ko po. Yan, ganyan. Very good, Daniel. Pero hindi pa rin siya sigurado. Daniel's not yet sure because there's a question mark. Sabi niya, intangible? Yes, intangible. Okay, next. True or false? True or false? Media exposes viewers to lifestyles that may be different from what they know. So, true or false? Media exposes viewers to lifestyles that may be different from what they know. Mhm. Media exposes viewers to lifestyles that may be different from what they know. True. Okay, true. Yes, it's very true. There are things that media creators usually gives us information or entertainments that's so different with our lifestyles, right? Or from the things that what that's why We learn from media. How about this one? This is identification. This is identification. What do we call? It shows the lifestyle or rich and powerful lifestyle. It shows the lifestyle of the rich and their powerful lifestyles. I think this is there are three kinds of ano to. Is it factual? Factual, yeah, it's factual. It's true. Who's report this one? Okay, I think these are the three ano to, three things. Yeah, local television programming. There are three things here, right? It could be social media, local television programming. So local television programming shows the lifestyle of rich and powerful lifestyles. Okay, so it's very true. So local television programming therefore shows the lifestyle of rich and powerful lifestyles. Eh, ewan ko sa'yo. How about this one? It encourages people to patronize products. It's obvious this one. It encourages people to patronize products. Pwede pong local TV programming? Hindi. It must be local television programming. Mass advertising, yes. So we discussed about advertising, right? So advertisement. That's why I sent you the what do you call this? The link of the seven kind types of advertisements used in media. Used in advertising, should I say? Propaganda, sorry. The seven types of propaganda used in advertisement. So encourage mass advertising therefore encourages people to patronize products. Repeat the question. Tapos na, nasagot na nila ano Daniel. Ito na lang sagutin mo. You usually use this Daniel. A platform that may show different lifestyles of other people, 'di ba? Sometimes they post it in their wall, ganon, in their timeline, should I say. So it's a platform that may show different lifestyles of other people. We called it as what? You can see this in different forms. It could be in Twitter, it could be in Instagram, it could be in Facebook, okay, whether in YouTube. So what do we call now the platform that may show different lifestyles of other people? We called it as what? Anyone? Social media. Okay, very good. So social media, therefore, is a platform that may show different lifestyles of other people. Yeah, diba? You can see people were in holding the most expensive bag, so forth and so on. Or maybe they are riding with the most expensive car. O, diba? So let's now have the seven types of advertisements, seven types of propaganda. So open now the link that I had given you. There are more, okay? There are more, but the link that I had given you are the most essential propaganda propagandas used in advertisement. Okay? For Sistro. Oy, you are giving clues to the group 1. Bahala kayo. So group 1, please review the 4Cs. Sir, baka mamaya 10 yan. Ayan. Na-trauma na sila. Oo, kasi sabi nila 4Cs. Yung ano, it's the one that it's the sir naman. Kayo kaya nanguna. O, kayo nanguna. Bahala kayo. So, group 1, review the 4Cs. Bahala na kayo mag-interpret what's the forces. Four times, four times stronger. Okay, so actually there are more what do you call this, propagandas being used, but these are the seven most essential propagandas being used in advertisement. Okay na. Happy na, Ibrahim. Okay. Propagandist uses this technique to make the best case possible for his side and the worst for the opposing viewpoint by carefully using only those facts that support his or her side of the argument while attempting to lead the audience into accepting the facts as a conclusion. Okay, so meaning therefore, highlight more. Bahala kayo, sige. Propagandist uses this technique. Hindi sila makaget over sa forces. Hoy, may nakakuha. May nakakuha ng one mistake lang. May nakakuha, I think that's, who's that? Si ano yata? Si JC. Okay, JC, the most beloved of Sedante. Sana all. O, di ba? But tapos others also got 1 or 2 points. Si ano, I think, sino to? Si Gabriel Siriaco, I think, got 4. O, got 4 correct answers. Idol. Coach G. Sana all. Oo, kasi nga kayo, hindi nyo binasa. Si Kiara, siya ang may report. Hindi niya. Talagang forces lang talaga. So, group 1, alam nyo na kung anong i-review ninyo. Okay, first question for the 7 types of propagandas being used in advertisement. So propagandist uses this technique to make the best case possible for his side and the worst for the opposing viewpoint by carefully using only those facts that support his or her side of the argument while attempting to lead the audience into accepting the fact or a conclusion. Card stacking, very good. The card stacking kasi they won't even give the both advantages or disadvantages of the product. They're always telling this is very good, ganyan, blah blah blah. It's only more on the advantage of the product. So that's card stacking. I think these are usually been seen in networking. Yeah, card stacking. So networking kasi they are always focused only on the advantages of how to when to how to sell the product. But they won't even look into also the other side of the coin. Okay, which is ganun naman sa business, right? Why should you need to tell the bad side of the business if hindi ka na nakabenta, right? Next question. Propagandists use this technique to create fear and arouse prejudice by using negative words with bad names to create an unfavorable opinion or hatred against a group, beliefs, ideas, or institutions they would have as denounced. So meaning therefore, gagamit sila ng sabi nila, puputi per this is not, blah, blah, blah. So why don't you try our product? Name calling. Very good, it's name calling. So I think this is one of this disadvantage of propaganda, no. It's most especially in the political arena during campaign, 'di ba? If why they're always been telling this is ours, blah blah blah, that's card stacking, right? Then and this is my opponent, sinisiraan nila, that's name calling. Okay? So that's a propaganda. That's a propaganda. How about this one? Propagandists employ vague, sweeping statements Often slogans or simple catchphrases using language associated with values and beliefs deeply held by the audience without providing or supporting information or reason. What do we call this propaganda wherein propagandists employ vague, sweeping statements, slogans, or simple catchphrases using language associated with values and beliefs deeply held by the audience without providing supporting information or reason. Anyone? Just look at the link that I had given you. Propagandists employ vague, sweeping statements, um, often slogans or simple catchphrases, using language associated with values and beliefs deeply held by the audience without providing support, information, or reason. Anyone? Just like of telling uh, whose taglines is love ko to. Parang ganun siya. Finger licking goods. O yung mga ganon. I love Sabado, for example, like that. So how do okay. Aaron claimed it's glittering generalities. Okay, very good. It's glittering generalities. Glittering generalities, therefore, it's vague and sweeping statements. How about this one? They usually use they usually use this as a propaganda type of propaganda. Propagandists use this technique to associate a respected person or someone with experience to endorse a product or cause by giving it their stamp of approval, hoping that the intended audience will follow their example. So propagandists use this technique to associate a respected person or someone with experience to endorse a product or cause by giving in their stamp of approval, hoping that the intended audience will follow their example. Just like in ano again in politics, right? These politicians are hiring those very known people and they are the one talking about how good this politician is. Or maybe in products they usually use this na I use this product, and when I use this product, all the sickness of mine got gone, blah 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 blah. So what kind of propaganda is that? But they are using those known people, respected people. Dermatology tested. Dermatology tested, sabi ni Gabriel. Yeah, they usually use that also. They usually use that term too. Dermatology tested. Ganun. Di ba, as I told you, there are some soap products wherein they told that 99.9% germ free. Di ba? When I was young, it was been used that 99%. So, where's that 1% germ? Why they cannot kill that 1% germ? Charot. Okay. So I'm very old now. I'm 41, and they can still find the 1% germ, still 99.9. Nasaan yung 1% germ? Okay? So how do we call that? The technique that associate a respected person or someone with experience to endorse a product or cause by giving it their stamp of approval, hoping that the intended audience will follow their example. Testimonial. Very good. It's testimonial. Diba? Testimonial. How about this one? Propagandists use this technique to persuade the audience to follow the crowd. Okay, just like of these people who are known in school, for example, they told. So propagandists, they told daw, sorry. But Dettol is also 99.9%. So where's the 1% germ they cannot find for it? Bandwagon, very good. So this technique now, bandwagon technique, is used to persuade the audience to follow the crowd. This device creates the impression of widespread support. It reinforces the human desire to be on the winning side. So they usually in bandwagon propaganda, kind of type of propaganda in advertisement. They usually use these known people, celebrities, wherein, for example, it's when you use once you use this lotion, your skin will get whiter or blah 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 blah. Diba? Parang ganun siya. Or you will also be just like of me in terms of the physical attributes. So, or maybe it's food, it's delicious, but once you eat it, it's not. Okay? And since you wanted to be in also, okay, in the contemporary, I think it's the one using bandwagon or the K-pop. Okay, I think most of you are very, very enticed with the K-pop, the Blackpink, what else, and others. Sarot. Parang alam na alam ko yung K-pop. No, I'm not fan. I'm not a fan of K-pop. So the answer is bandwagon. BP daw, yeah. Si Daniel, magaling sa ano. How about this one? Propagandists use this approach to convince the audience that the spokesperson is from humble origins, someone they can trust, and who has their interests at heart. So the propagandists then have the speaker use ordinary language, mannerisms to reach the audience and identify with their point of view. So if the bandwagon now is using those known people in the society to give them to attract the people or their audience to buy the product. This one naman is they use hello Jedrick, yeah. This propaganda kind of propaganda or type of propaganda is using now a person wherein it's plain folks. Okay, very good, Daniel. It's plain folks. So it came from ordinary people, a person wherein it is there's an integrity of that person. Okay, we called it as the plain folks. Plain folks. Okay, and the last one. Is there's anything that I forgot? No, I think everything has been mentioned. So don't forget, therefore, we have name calling, glittering generalities, transfer. Okay, I did not mention this transfer. Transfer is a technique used to carry over the authority and approval of something, respect and revere something that the propagandist would have us accept. Okay, the propagandists often employ symbols, just like waving a flag, or maybe just like of the rainbow colors, which is the color of the LGBTQI community. Okay, to steer our emotions and win our approval. Okay, so we have transfer, we have testimonial, we have plain folks, and we have bandwagon and card stacking. So don't forget card stacking, bandwagon, plain folks, testimonial, transfer, glittering generalities, and name calling. So don't forget that. Sir, may you repeat transfer? Yeah, I will wire transfer the 4Cs. Bumalik sa 4Cs. Hindi mo ka get over sa 4Cs. So for the transfer, it is a technique used to carry over the authority and approval of something we respect and revere to something that propagandists would have us accept. Propagandists often employ symbols, just like of waving the flags or the colors that they have to steer our emotions and win our approval. Diba? Just like of nung ano during the what they call this, the one they so called it as people's power, diba? But I don't know if it's really we won our freedom or we put our sufferings for 30 years in the service of the Filipino people. Salamat po, sir. Okay, you're most welcome. Forces. Hindi ko get over sa forces. Okay, we're almost done until 35. Man. Sir. Okay, go. Let's go now. We are now, we're done with the propaganda. So let's proceed now to this one. I think this is the second to the last topic that we have. Yeah, media and ideology. So what do we call now? This is associated with rigid political beliefs or with social movements espousing radical ideas about reform and revolution. This is associated with rigid political beliefs or with social movements espousing radical ideas or reform and revolution. Anyone? Ba't nag-true ka? Hindi ko naman sinabing true or false. Identification. Lasing ba si Jedrick? Jedrick, lasing ka ba? Bangag. Wala mo ko sinabing true or false. It's identification. Siguro na to, kumain na naman ng manok to. Kuma- Kumain ka ng manok, Jedrick. Okay ka lang, kagigising mo siguro. Okay ka lang. Lasing. True daw. True. Nasamid ako ng too much. Genshin Pro. Touch the grass. Touch grass. Hindi ko naintindihan yun. Those are the words of the millennials. You are not alone. Na-continue pa ba natin to? Addict. Addict to si Jedrick. Sabi niya, true ng true. Identification tayo. Okay, it is associated with rigid political beliefs or with social movements espousing radical ideas about reform and revolution. Ano na, Jedrick? Go, push mo yan. Oh, no. Oh my God. Ideology po. Ayan. Very good. Ideology. The answer is ideal. So ideology now is associated with rigid political beliefs or with social movements espousing radical ideas about reform and revolution. Pero according to Marxist, right? Marx, sabi niya, this must not be associated with tyranny. Okay? That ideology must not be associated with tyranny, but rather it must be associated ano sabi niya? It must be associated with powerful mechanism. Next. Ito tinanong ko to na ano. It's Antoine de Tracy introduced the word ideology during the European Revolution as an encompassing concept for what he called the science of ideas. Lee is here. Lee, what's the answer here? True or false? Wag natin ipasagot kay kay Jedrick. Baka ano siya. True or false, Lee? I think this is the topic of Lee Mejia. Antoine de Tracy introduced the word ideology during the European Revolution as an encompassing concept for what he called the science of ideas. True or false? Sir, false po. At ang sagot, true. Sabi ni Lee, true. Bahala kayo dyan. Tag life. Nakatag ano siya. Tag life siya. Take note Antoine de Tracy introduced the word ideology during the European Revolution, okay, as an encompassing concept for what he called the science of ideas. Trust us, guys. Oo, trust nyo daw sila. Sige, bahala kayo. Sabi nila true, but make sure, make sure. It's false, why it made it false? Take note, what is the nationality of Antoine de Tracy? Oh, sabi niya European Revolution daw. Yeah, I will skip that one. So it could be either answer is true or false. But this is fill in the blanks. I think I mentioned the name of this already. According to blank, or according to this person, ideology is powerless mechanism that exerts control over the people, especially the oppressed classes, to accept the ideology of the ruling class. I think I mentioned this. Yeah, it's French. Very good, Georgia. It's a French. So he's French. Okay, so meaning therefore it's a French Revolution and not European Revolution. Okay, but you still need to read it well. So according to this proponent, ideology is a powerless mechanism that exerts control over the people, especially the oppressed classes, to accept the ideology of the ruling class. So who is this proponent? Who is this person claim that ideology is a powerless mechanism that exerts control over the people, especially the oppressed classes, to accept the ideology of the ruling class? Punta tayo sa Russia. Ideology is a powerless mechanism that exerts control over the people, especially the oppressed classes, to accept the ideology of the ruling class. Karl Marx. Karl Marx. Let's see if it's Karl Marx. Marxism. We're pertaining not the what do you call this? If you say Marxism, that's the idea. What do you call this? Anong tawag nila doon? That's the theory. Okay, that's the theory. But we are pertaining to the person, Georgia. So the possible answer is Karl Marx. Okay, possible answer. Karl Marx. Oh, nag-30 tayo, oh. Thank you, Jedrick, ha. Tignan mo, naging 30 na tayo. We are now 30 in the room because of Jedrick. Oh, di ba? Ang galing. Ang galing. Ang galing. Oh, nag-27 na naman. Bumaba na naman siya. Kasi nawala si Jedrick. And don't forget to like. Okay? Don't forget to like. And kaya nga, oh, talagang tumaas yung ano, yung nanonood because of your true. Never mind. Next. Next now. This is true or false. Gramsci and Althusser negated Antoine de Tracy's view that social and political institutions, including the state and their interactions, as well as the ideas, values, and beliefs of the society, are solely determined by the economic structure of the society. So Gramsci and Althusser negated Antoine de repeat, sir, please. O sige, dahan-dahan. Gramsci and Althusser negated Antoine de to de Tracy's view that social that social and political institutions, including the state and their interactions, as well as the ideas, values, beliefs of the society, are solely determined by the economic structure of society. So, Gramsci, true or false? Gramsci and Althusser negated Antoine de Tracy view that social and political institutions, including the state and their interactions, as well as the ideas, values, and beliefs of a society, are solely determined by the economic structure of society. Aaron said true. Are you sure it's true? Are you sure that it's true? Sabi ni Daniel, true. O, nakita niya lang nag-true si ano. Si Aaron, nag-true na rin siya. Sige, pag tumalon si Aaron sa mataas na building, tatalon ka rin ha, Daniel. Joke lang. Wait, false. It's negated by Karl Marx. Okay, sabi niya, it's Karl Marx who negated it. Okay, it's Gramsci's and Althusser's negated Karl Marx, the view that society and political institutions, including the state and their interactions, as well as the ideas, values, and beliefs of society, are solely determined by the economic structure of the society. Charot. Tawang-tawa si Miguel, oh. Tuwang-tuwa si Miguel, oh. So Gramsci and Althusser negated, therefore, Karl Marx, according to Aaron. Sabi ni Daniel, oh, oof, oof. Paano ba yun? Oof, ganun lang siya, Daniel. Or my feelings. Charot. Okay, so let's proceed now to the next question. Identification. This is an overarching belief about the characteristics of a certain group in society. Yeah. This is an overarching belief about the characteristics of a certain group in society. What do we call that? Yung parang pag nakita kayo ng ano, ng ibang ng halimbawa colored person, you always tell it's the color of it and not telling very sensitive of their color. Or halimbawa you see a person that's it had happened to me, this one. I think I explained this when I went to the mall to just to pick our cousin, but my nephews want to buy something in the mall. Then I'm not in my proper attire. I was being, you know, they did this to me. Stereotyping po. Yeah, very good. It's stereotyping. So stereotyping is an overarching belief about the characteristics of a certain group in society. Okay? So we must not stereotype people. And I think that's already been in the mass media at the same time. The stereotyping. We always we know already the content of that. Okay. Okay, this is that's only the content of, we are always stereotype. Diba? Just like of the Bisaya, we always stereotype the way they talked. Okay? Because of the way they talk, that's Bisaya, so that's okay. It's stereotyping. Okay, very good. Dami ko ng dalda. Next. I think this is in the last it's in the last is it yeah, I think this is in the last now in hegemony. Uses direct force and deploys institutions that are legitimately tasked to exercise instruments. Don't be quick to assume tama. Tama naman siya. Okay, uses direct force and deploys institutions that are legitimately tasked to exercise instruments that exhibit and implements force. What do we call this kind of hegemony? The way of hegemony uses direct force, coercion. Very good. Yung pinipilit ka, di ba? Coercion. That's what even, di ba? During the Marcos the regime, that there's a coercion of leadership. Wherein I even prefer that than of now because we are suffering, di ba? We are now suffering from poverty. I don't know sa inyo. I don't know what's your stand. But for me, I think I prefer before because there are a lot of more, ano siya, we are progressive then. I don't know lang, I don't know with you. Maybe you prefer those very kind-hearted way of ruling, but nothing had happened in our society or in nothing had happened to our country, or someone who has a metal or an iron fist, Thanos, charot, wherein there's progressive way of leadership. Anyway, sige, that's coercion. Oh no. Next question. Pero sabi nila dapat ganito daw. So, this is Andel. Ay, pala si Miguel. Yeah, that's why Miguel answered it right because this is the report of Miguel. Their group. Blank is a form of control and arises when individuals willingly or voluntarily assimilate the worldview or hegemony of the dominant group. So it is a form of, of control and arises when individuals willingly consensus. Ayan. So dapat daw ito in ruling ano siya if you are in a dominant group, make sure that there's a consensus daw wherein both are pero pwede rin naman siya. It's a form of control that arises when individuals willingly or voluntarily assimilate the worldview of hegemony. Just like when you teach your stuff, did you understand the lesson class? So you're using the dominant person now is getting your voluntarily way of telling yes. Even some of you did not even understand the teacher's explanation or subject matter. Okay, most especially in math. Charot. Nag-mention ng name dropping. So, consensus. Just like if you're in the group, right? Because you don't like that to prolong the agony, then you just, sige, okay, whatever the leader will tell, let's just follow it. Consensus. Sunod-sunuran. Okay, how about this one? I think I gave the answer already for this. It is a process by which individuals are constituted as subjects. So it's a process by which individuals are constituted as subjects. Ayan. Dian told its interpolation. Very good. The word interpolate means to interrupt the order of the day by demanding an explanation. Okay. It's a process by which individuals are constituted as subjects is we call interpellation. Kaya di ba sabi niya, anyone can interpolate the ideas of the person, the other side of the coin, in the other side of the debate. Okay, next, still identification. Very good interpolation. The answer is interpolation. It is the process by which the ideology. Oh, okay, let's see if you can get this one also. It is the process by which the ideology embedded in media text is passed to the audiences wherein they are turned into new subjects. I just changed I just revised. So it is the process by which the ideology embedded in media text is passed to the audiences Sabi niya, still interpellation. Yeah, tama. Still interpellation. Very good. Again, so it is the process by which the ideology embedded in media text is passed to the audiences wherein they are turned into new subjects. So that's interpellation. Very good. Still interpellation. Interpellation pa rin. Yeah. Okay, very good. So last four questions. Who is this intellectual and politician and the founder of the Italian Communist Party whose ideas significantly influenced Italian communism? Who is this intellectual and politician and the founder of the Italian Communist Party whose ideas significantly influenced Italian communism? I will repeat. I think I mentioned the name of this proponent, and I think he even objected about Karl Marx about ideology. He's an intellectual and politician and founder of the Italian Communist Party whose ideas significantly influenced Italian communism. Antonio Kasupang Charot. Antonio Gramsci. Okay, very good. Antonio Gramsci. Antonio Gramsci. Ay, joke ko lang yun na kanina. True or false? Hegemony was derived from the Latin word hegemon, meaning leader or dominance over. True or false? Hegemony was derived from the Latin word hegemon, meaning leader or dominance over. True or false? Sabi ni Miguel. Are you sure, Miguel? Are you sure, Miguel? Sabi ni Aaron, false. Why? What made it false? Why it false daw? O bakit false? Sabi sabi ni Regina false. O sinabayan siya ni Daniel. False din. Oh my God, is it destiny? Charot. Stock knowledge lang po. Sabi ni Nikos, easy. It's a Greek. Okay, it's a Greek word though. So hegemony therefore was derived from from the Greek word hegemon, meaning leader or dominance over. Ronicos, ano siya, bring your 25 KD tomorrow if you want to buy the uniform of Rain Emmanuel Flores, okay? You already said it's okay na. If you wanted. Also, if to those who want to buy also the uniform of malaki kasi yung uniform niya ni who's that? Santos. Okay, please bring your 25 KD. PM me. Okay, PM me. Please bring your 25 KD. PM me so that I can PM them and they will bring it tomorrow in school. Ano tayo First come, first serve tayo tomorrow. Yeah. First come, first serve tayo first come, first serve. Anyway, there are many former students who want to sell their uniform. But tomorrow kasi 25 ba 30? 30 yata. Kasi may 2 sets pa ng uniform. Pero pwede natin naman we can ask them to make bawas. Tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Di ba kasi the next day, on Tuesday, you will not be coming in school anymore. So at least you can ano na siya, disinfect. Pero sabi naman sa akin, they just put it in the ano daw, in their luggage. So most likely hindi na siya nag-allow. So labhan niyo na lang siya. But you soak it first in hot water. Not the very hot water, ah. It's the, how do you call that? Lukewarm water. Maligamgam. Okay? Baka biglang mag-shrink kasi the tela will make shrink. Yeah, tomorrow. I already talked to Ma'am Nenet. I don't know if ano, pero Ma'am Nenet also talk naman na. I need to know who is XL so that I can buy. I think I'm not sure. Just bring your money na lang tomorrow. To those who are willing, okay? I will ask Santos and Flores to be in school tomorrow. Tuesday ba daw siya? Sige, Daniel. Papatungan ko siya. Charot lang, charot lang. Just kidding. Okay, next question. So according to them, it's false. It's a Greek word daw. It's not a Latin word. Okay. I think these are the three, how do they term this? These are the one of the three types of hegemony. It refers to the influence of a country over others within a region. Okay, you have already a clue. Refers to the influence of a country over others within a region. It refers to the influence of a country over others within a region. It refers to the influence of a country over others within a region. Sabi niya regional. Okay. Okay, it's a regional regional hegemony. Okay, the answer is regional hegemony. Hindi lang siya regional. Ano yan? Regional ano siya? Regional disaster. Charot. Okay, it's regional hegemony. It refers to the influence of the country over others within a region. Regional hegemony. Okay. So let's proceed now to the next one. How about this one? This is still part of the three types of hegemony. Refers to the dominance over the operations of international monetary system. There's the word again there. If there's a clue, refers to the dominance over the operations of an international monetary system. Okay, there's the clue already. A while back, it's region, so regional hegemony. How about you? Refers to the dominance over the operations of international monetary system. What is the answer? Guys, yung mga ano, those who are willing to buy, kaya na siguro Nikos, you will just take ano na lang, take Flores uniform because it fits you. You are the same size. Refers to the dominance over the operations of international monetary system. Anyone believes there are only one question now left. This will be the second to the last. Then let's proceed to our literature. And the others, ay meron pa tayong mga ano, oh, there are still monetary hegemony, okay? Monetary hegemony. And the last one, of course, it's still obvious. It's still obvious. Ay, naglag ako. Hala, naglag. Hala. Wait, guys. Wait, naglalag ako. Wala, hindi nakita. Wait guys, naglalag. So while waiting for the last question was, it refers to the dominance over a cultural diverse society. It refers to the dominance of ako. It refers to dominance over cultural diverse society. What do we call now? Or it refers to the dominance over cultural diverse society. Refers to dominance over cultural diverse society. What do we call that one? What we call to the dominance over cultural diverse society. Cultural hegemony. Okay, it's cultural hegemony. The answer is cultural hegemony. Okay, guys, that's the end of our media and information literacy review. Okay, that's the end of it. And before the others will leave, and should we need to do another, dito na lang tayo, no? We will just continue here. Sir, I'm lagging. Wait. So thank you so much from the other group, from the, please review this again. Or should I need to put it in separate na lang review, no? Because it might be so that if the others wanted to review this, at least they will just click this particular video, right? So maybe I need to do another live streaming for our literature so that it will not be difficult for you to find and search for the reviewer, the video reviewer for the video. Ala, may puti na naman akong here. So, tumutubo na naman ang mga sumpa. The wisdom hairs that I have. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for your cooperation. I know those who did not join and participated the review, and good luck to them. Okay, good luck to them. Okay, and to the group one, please review the four C's. The four C's. Okay, from the group B, Humes and Gas. Thank you so much, and for sister. And for those who are in STEM, we will still review. The forces is hunting you. Sir, ano yun? I-review nyo yung 4Cs, Atasha. Si Nikos. Nikos, please message me, Nikos, and others also who don't have their uniforms so that I can negotiate to the others. Parang sabi ko yata 25 KD. So prepare 25 KD. Ha? I will drop the answer in. Bahala kayo, Angeline Paradel. Yes, go. Drop the answers if you wanted. Drop it. I love forces. Sabi niya, no, Ibrahim, no. Go. Ayan, sabi ni Nikos, yeah. Sige. Ayan. Sabi ko kasi sa kanila, review the 4Cs. Okay? They did review the 4Cs, but the wrong 4Cs. Okay? Sharing skill. Ayun na nga, I gave you a hint na. Oh, that's why, pati yung nag-report, mali din niya. Pati yung nag-report, mali din. Tama na, sir. Oh, 7. Ano din yun? Marami-rami din yun na puntos. All is well. Okay, sige, sige na. Um, any other questions, guys? Any other questions for the second part of the review? We owe us big charot daw. If we suffer, you suffer too. If we burn, you will burn with us. O, di ba? Yung sabi ni ano, from the, anong movie na yun? Ah, kalimutan ko na. Ay, hindi rin Aaron. 7 points, hindi rin. Oo. Hindi rin. Nagkamali nga sila, di ba? Nagkamali nga sila. Oo. Akala nila 7 siya. Pero ano, nasa huli ang pagsisisi. Ganun. But you need to review the 7 Cs. It is 4. Read between the lines. 4 Cs. Okay, so this is the end now of our live streaming for our second review for our second quiz. 7 or 4? 4 or 7? Review na lang lahat. Bahala na si Batman. Discrimination. 8 daw. Sumobra. Review the 7th season 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Matulog na nga. Hoy, muna kayo matulog kasi still have the review in our literature. So I will end this live streaming. God bless everyone. I'll send again the live stream for our review in our literature, okay? Send the answers. God bless everyone. Bye.